Okay, very good evening to all of you, my dear students. Today is our third class, I think so. So already we have completed our first module, introduction part, continuous, discrete, fixed, time varying, different systems and signals. And today I will start network theorems. I will start from KCL, KVL, and different theorems. Okay, now I'm sharing my PPT. I think it is visible to all of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So today's presentation is on different theorems. KCL, KVL. Already we have discussed regarding KCL and KVL, Kirchhoff's current law and Kirchhoff's voltage law in the previous class, I think. And after
Yes.
that, superposition theorem, Norton's theorem, and Thevenin's theorem. So come to KCL, Kirchhoff's current law. I think you are acquainted with KCL, the algebraic sum of all currents entering and exiting a node must be equal to zero. What does it mean?
Ma'am, at the point of
That means if you consider this point, I'm sorry, this point, that is a node. Mouse is not working.
Plus I2 plus I3 minus 100 plus.
So this is the direction of different current meeting at a point. Mouse is not working. So this is I1, this is I2, this is I3, this is I4, this is I5. So if you consider this current entering is plus and leaving is minus, then what will happen? If you consider this circuit, I mean I mean this picture, what will happen that I3 plus I2 plus I1, and after that minus I4 minus I5, that is equal to 0. So if you consider a particular node, then the amount of current, summation of current entering and leaving from the node, that will be equal to 0. This is the Kirchhoff's current law. So what is the proper definition? It states that the total current or charge entering a junction or node is exactly equal to the charge leaving the nodes, as it has no other place to go except to leave, as no charge is lost within the node, right? In other words, the algebraic sum of all the currents entering and leaving a node must be equal to 0. I exiting and I entering, summation of that will be equal to 0. This idea by Kirchhoff is commonly known as the conservation of charge. Okay, fine. So go to the next slide, that is Kirchhoff's voltage law. This is the second law. This law states that in any closed loop of a network, the total voltage across or around the loop is equal to the sum of all the voltage drops within the same loop, which is also equal to 0. In other words, the algebraic sum of all voltages within the loop must be equal to 0. This idea by Kirchhoff is known as the conservation of energy, right? It was conservation of charge, KCL, and it is conservation of energy. So if you consider this figure, here VAB, VBC, it will be C here, it is C, okay. This is VCD plus VDA. If you consider this total loop, that will be 0. What does it mean? Say this is a circuit, say this is a circuit containing two resistances R1 and R2. Fine. So what will be the current flowing through the circuit? The I will be equals to V by R1 plus I R2. If the current flowing through this loop is I, what is the drop across R1? I R1. What is the drop across R2? I R2. I am audible, please? Okay, fine.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So can you tell me, or I am just telling you, the current flowing through the circuit, the direction is from positive to negative, and the drop, if the current will flow like this, and if the drop across this will be what? Then it will be
Ma'am,
considered
current flowing through the
as
circuit.
negative. If
Yes.
the current flowing through the branch of a particular resistance in a circuit is the direction is the same of the current flowing through the circuit from the battery, then it will be considered as negative drop. What I have told you, I am repeating. If you consider the battery, then other than the resistances, you have to know that the current will flow from positive to negative, right? And
Yes,
if
ma'am.
you consider the loop is, it is your consideration, the current is flowing through this direction or that direction. This is your consideration. This is definitely, this direction is like this. But say just you are assuming the current is flowing through this. So if, because you are assuming through this and the direction of the current flowing through this are same, so the drop across this will be considered as negative drop. That is I R1 will be negative drop, I R2 will be negative drop, plus V, that will be equal to 0. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
That is V minus I of R1 plus R2, that will be equals to 0. Right now?
Yes,
This
ma'am.
is basically Kirchhoff's voltage law. Is it clear? Any confusion?
No, ma'am.
Now come to a problem. Already I have given you a problem. Anybody has solved the problem?
Yes, ma'am. Solve porridge.
Okay, fine. So today's the problem is like this. Identify the value of I1 and I2 using KVL for this figure.
Of course.
So in this figure, how can you solve it? You have to consider two loops. This is one loop and this is another loop. The direction is like this and this direction is like this. So if you consider this particular loop, what will be the drop across this loop? Obviously 2I1 plus 4I1
Yes.
plus 4I1 minus 4I2. Am I correct?
Pardon, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm repeating, the current flowing through this I1. So drop across 2 ohm will be 2I1.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Drop
ma'am.
across 4 ohm will be 4I1
Yes, ma'am.
for the contribution of I1. And due to I2, the direction is different. The direction
Yes,
is
ma'am.
different. So it, the drop for the contribution of I2, it will be minus 4I2.
Yes, ma'am.
So what will be the equation? 2I1 plus 4 into I1 minus I2, that is equal to 10. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
The write out the equation. Have you written the equation?
Almost.
After that, I am considering this loop number 2. So Nandini, can you tell me what will be the equation if you consider the loop number 2?
Ma'am, minus 4 I2 minus I1
Again, repeat please.
plus
First of all, you
minus
consider the effect of I2. 4I2, yes.
4 I2 minus 4 I1
4I1, right? Plus.
plus 6 I2
Mhm.
6 I2
Mhm.
minus 20.
That will be equal to 0. Then you have got two equations. These are the equations. Already I have done it. Have you got it? 20 minus 4.
Yes, ma'am. Got it.
Okay. So first equation is 3i1 minus 2i2. That is equal to 5. Everybody has got it?
Yes, ma'am.
This
Huh?
is the first equation. What is the second equation?
5i2
Ranjini has
minus
told
2i1
20.
equals to 10.
So what is the equation? 5i2 minus 2i1, that is equal to 10. Got the equation?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So after getting these two equations, please solve it. Everybody will do it. First one is 3i1 minus 2i2, that is equal to 5. And second one is 5i2 minus 2i1, that is equal to 10. Then what is the solution of these two equations? That is, you have to find out the value of i1 and i2. Got the value? Anybody?
Three 3.63.
Conchito, got the answer?
Ma'am, I1 equals to 45 ampere, I2 equals to 5 ampere.
None.
What?
No.
No.
Wait.
40 by 11 আসছে I2.
Yes. 40
Yes,
by
ma'am.
11.
3.63 amperes. I2
Yeah, yeah. And I1 is equal to 4.09 ampere.
4.08. Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So you have got the solution for this, circuit, the value of I1 and I2. Okay, fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Now come to different theorems. We know different theorems, that is superposition theorem, Norton's theorem, Thevenin's theorem, maximum power transfer theorem, Millman's theorem, Teligens's theorem. Okay. So first of all, we'll start with superposition theorem. So do you remember superposition theorem? Basically, superposition theorem states that in a linear bilateral network, if there is more than one source, then the current passing through any branch of the circuit will be the contribution of the each source individually. What I have told? In a linear bilateral network containing more than one source, the contribution of current, that is the amount of current passing through any branch of the circuit, will be the contribution of each individual source, each source individually. If there is current source and voltage source, you have to consider first of all current or voltage source, then the current source will be open circuited. And after that, if you consider the current source, the voltage source will be short circuited. After that, you have to add the contribution of current source and voltage source, then you will be able to get the current through a particular branch. Similarly, if you get the current, then multiplying the amount of resistance, you will be able to get the voltage drop across that particular resistance. Is it clear? Superposition theorem, the definition is clear, but you
Yes,
have
ma'am.
to tell in a linear bilateral network, you have to mention that. Now come to the definition again. The superposition theorem states that for a linear bilateral system, the response means voltage or current, in any branch of that bilateral linear circuit having more than, this is a very important term, having more than one independent source, right? Having more than one independent source. equals to the algebraic sum of the responses caused by each independent source voltage. That is, I have told you repeatedly. So this is the circuit containing R1, R2, and R3. Three resistances are there. There are two voltage sources, V1 and V2. The first of all, it is I am considering source contribution for V1. So already I have told you the other source, that is voltage, so that will be shorted. It is shorted here. So what will be the amount of current? Obviously, R2 and R3 are parallel, right now. So what will be the drop? I mean current, V1 divided by R1 plus R2, R3 parallel contribution. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So I12 is equal to what? VD divided by R1, and VD is equal to what? Again, this V1 is shorted. So contribution will be R3 and R1 will be parallel. That is R1, R3 parallel with adding with R2. So in this way, you are able to get the contribution of V1 and V2 individually through the circuit, through the resistors R3, and you will add the contribution of V1 and V2. You will be able to get the current through R3, and if you multiply the amount of current with the resistance value, you will be able to get the drop across R3. This is the superposition theorem. It's very simple. So come to a problem. Find the current in the branch AB. Where is AB? This is AB. Of the following using superposition theorem. So this is very simple. This is a voltage source having the potential 15 volt, and 9 ohm resistance is there and 6 ohm resistance is there. So what is the value of, and the current source is 4 ampere, because in superposition theorem, if you consider it, if you apply it, then you have to be there definitely more than one source. The one source is voltage source and one source is current source, right? So initially what I have done, I have considered that the current source is open circuited. So I am considering only the voltage source. Definitely this is the next step. This is the next step. So 6 ohm is there. So what is I1? 15 by 9 plus 6. Very simple, Ohm's law. That is 1 ampere. Now step 2. In case of step 2, this will be shorted. This is shorted. So this is there. So what will be the current through 6 ohm? 4 into 9 by 15. Do you know that? How can you do it? How can you get it? I2 equal to 4 into 9 by 15. 9 plus 6. And the current which you have to consider, that will be not be there. The opposite will be there. That is 9 by 15. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you know, if there is, just I am explaining, if there is, say, two resistances are there parallelly and a voltage source is there. So this is R1 and this is I2. So drop across R1, that is equal to I1 R1, and drop across I2, that is equal to I2 R2. So what can I tell? That is I1 R1, that is equal to what? I2 R2.
Yes, ma'am.
So you can write that I1 by I2, that is equal to what? I1 by I2, that is equal to R2 by R1. If you add 1 both sides, so what will happen? I1 plus I2 by I2 divided by I2, that will be equals to what? R2 plus R1 divided by R1. What is I1 plus I2? Say
Ma'am,
this
total
is
current.
the total current, right? This is I, Then what is I2? I2 will be equals to total current I into R1 divided by R1 plus R2. Fine. So what I want to say, if you want to get I2, then R1 is in the numerator, right?
Yes, ma'am.
If you want to get I1, then R2 will be in the numerator. And this is the cause why you have used this equation. Now it is clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I go to the next slide?
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I1, I2. Then total current through AB, that is 1 plus 2.4, that is 3.4 ampere. And you can tell me why I am using superposition theorem. আমি তো এখানে KCL, I mean KVL apply করে or KCL apply করেও পেতে পারতাম, right? You can use two loops and use KVL and you will be able to get I1 and I2 and add this. No problem. But because our motto is here to apply the superposition theorem, we are applying superposition theorem to get the current. Basically, different theorems or KCL or KVL, whatever may be the theorems, my motto is to get the current, that is the response, current or voltage through a branch of the circuit. Now come to another problem. I think it will be better if you copy the problem and you will do the solution as a homework. Okay, fine. Write down the problem, please. When you will finish, just will tell me. I'll go to the next slide. Basically, there are three resistances, R1, R2, R3. One current source, two voltage sources are there. R1 470 ohm, R2 100 ohm, R3 100 ohm. And in your practical class, you will do the same problem using superposition theorem. Finish?
And what are the values of voltage? Okay. Plus, both
Yes,
plus
everything
5
is
V.
there.
The V2 is minus 5 volt.
Yes.
And ma'am A. Or we need to find the A. Sorry.
You have to find out, right? Yes.
Ma'am, homework or we will do this now.
This is homework. You'll do it, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Go to the next slide. So we come to Thevenin's theorem. The Thevenin's theorem states that any linear circuit containing several voltages and resistances can be replaced by just one single voltage source in series with a single resistance connected across the load. So if you consider this circuit, again I am drawing it, it will be helpful for you. So there are many resistances or inductance or capacitance in a particular circuit. So using the Thevenin's theorem, how can you represent, how can you simplify the circuit? The simplified circuit will be like this. This is R Thevenin and this is V Thevenin. So before applying the Thevenin's theorem, you have to consider the circuit, and after that you have to know what is the basic procedure to calculate VThevenin and RThevenin. From this circuit, this is a very simple circuit. Mukul, what is the current passing through RL?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the amount of current that will pass through RL, that is load resistance? VT is divided by?
Ma'am, I am finding RL. Where is RL? Oh, in the figure.
Yeah. What I have drawn here.
Yes, ma'am.
VTH divided by RTH plus
Plus RL.
RL. Because both of the resistances are in series, right now.
Yes, ma'am.
But the problem is that you have to know the procedure. How can you determine VTH and how can you determine RTH? This is the method of the Thevenin's theorem, but you have to know the method. How can you determine VTH and RTH? Unless you know the method, you are not able to do the solution using Thevenin's theorem. So how can you do it? I think it will be better if I consider a problem. Okay. So this is a problem. You write down the problem and do the solution with me for the network shown in the figure. This is the problem, this figure. This is a 60 milliampere current source. Is it visible clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
So 3.3K is the resistance, 2K is the resistance, 10K, 5K, 4.7K. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 resistances are there. 2 kilo ohm, 3.3 kilo ohm, 10 kilo ohm, 4.7 kilo ohm, and 5 kilo ohm. And current flowing through this is 16 milliampere. So how can you determine VTH? Our motto is to determine the current through R, that is equal to 5K. Where is 5K? This is 5K. So this is, consider this is the load. Okay? So what I have done, before going to the VTH determination, you have to open the load. Yes, I have opened the load, and this 2K and this 3.3, 10 and 4.7, if you add these three resistances, what will happen? 4, 3, 8, 4, 5, 7, 6, 7 and 10. 2K parallel. How can you get 18K? Because 3.3 plus 4.7 will give 8 and
Yes,
plus 10, that is
10K.
8. Okay?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
8, 10K and 2K are parallel.
Yes, ma'am.
Now 16 milliampere will be divided into these two branches. So what will be the drop across the
10K.
load? Across the load?
Ma'am, 10K into the resultant current.
16 in, first of all, you have to determine the current flowing through this branch. What will be the current? I'm sorry, this branch. 16 into 2 divided by 20. The drop across this one, definitely the drop across this one, because two are parallel,
Yes, ma'am.
right? So
Yes, ma'am.
16 into 2 divided by 20. This is, I have explained here. How can you get it? Current dividing rule. Okay? So come to
Yes,
this
ma'am.
slide. 16 into 2 divided by 20, that is the current flowing through the circuit. After that, multiplying this, 10 will give 16 volt. So where is 10? Now come to second step. 5K. Second step means you have to determine the RTH. So how can you determine RTH? You have to open the load and you have to open the, this current source. So if you consider the current source is open, then what will happen? You have to view through this load. You have to
Yes,
view
ma'am.
through this load. So 10K, 3.3 to 4.7. So this 10 and 10 parallel. So this will give 5K. So RTH is 5K. 5K means 5 into 10 to the power 3. And 5 ohm is there. Where is it? 5 ohm, where is 5 ohm? 16 volt is the Thevenin's RTH, and this is the load, that is 5k. I am sorry, 5 into 10 to the power 3, that is 5k, and this 5 ohm, this will be basically 5 into 10 to the power 3 RTH. This is 5k, right? So I5k will be what? 16 into 5 plus 5 into 10 to the power 3. This is simple Ohm's law. So if you do the solution, then you will be able to get the current, that is 1.6 milliampere. You will do it. Personally, you have to do it. Now another problem is there. Just write down the problem. You will do it as a homework. R1, R2, RL. There are two voltage drops are there. I mean, two battery are there having the value 5 volt and 12 volt. Just write down the problem, please.
Yes, ma'am.
ম্যাম এটা হোমওয়ার্ক তো?
Yes.
ম্যাম রেকর্ডিং থেকে দেখে নেব?
না, এখনই লেখো।
আচ্ছা ম্যাম।
লিখে নে ভাই, লিখে নে, তারপর আমাকে পাঠিয়ে দিস। ম্যাম আমি আগের অঙ্কটা করছি।
আগেরটা মানে কোনটা? জাস্ট দ্য প্রিভিয়াস ওয়ান?
হ্যাঁ ম্যাম।
This one?
Yes ma'am, and 3.2 milliampere.
1.6.
1.6 ভাই।
ভুলটা কিসে করলাম?
Okay, have you written this one?
मैं স্ক্রিনশট নিয়ে নিয়েছি।
Can I go to the next slide?
ম্যাম একটু দাঁড়ান, একটু।
Okay, fine.
বারো 4 98.5 98.5 830. Yes ma'am, হয়ে গেছে।
Okay, fine. Can I go to the next slide? Each and
Yes,
everybody?
yes ma'am, yes.
Okay. And this is the solution here. Can I continue Norton's theorem today?
হ্যাঁ ম্যাম, সময় আছে ম্যাম।
So, what up to this we have finished KCL, KVL, superposition theorem, Thevenin's theorem. Now come to Norton's theorem. In case of Thevenin's theorem, what was there? There was the total complicated circuit will be will be simplified in such a circuit. In that case, there will be a voltage source, that is VThevenin. There will be a RThevenin that will be series with VThevenin, and RL that will be series with RThevenin. That is VThevenin, RThevenin, RL, and the current through the load will be VThevenin divided by RThevenin plus RL. But you have noticed with a particular problem, how can you determine the VThevenin and the RThevenin? And is it clear? I think you have studied it in the first year class. How can you determine VThevenin and RThevenin? Am I right?
Yes ma'am.
Yes ma'am.
So now come to Norton's theorem. Abhishek, can you explain Norton's theorem like Thevenin's theorem? And can you say the dual of the Norton's and Thevenin's, the comparison of that? Abhishek, please explain.
ম্যাম এখন পারবো না করতে, ঠিক।
Anybody except Abhishek? Okay, chalo. Norton's theorem states that any linear circuit containing several energy sources and resistances can be replaced by a constant current generator in a parallel with a single resistor. In case of Thevenin theorem, what was there? The source, voltage source, and the RThevenin, that will be in series. And in that case, what will happen? The Norton's theorem states that the energy that is equivalent source and the resistors R Norton, that will be in parallel, and the load will be in parallel. So from this equation, I mean circuit, it is very obvious that if this is I Norton, And if this is R Norton, then what will be the current through RL? এটা তো বলতে পারবে অভিষেক।
Yes,
What
ma'am.
will বলো?
Current through RL.
RL, that will be equal to what?
RN by RN plus RL into IN.
Repeat please.
Ma'am, current through RL will be RN divided by RL plus RN into IN.
Okay, fine. So you have to know how can you determine IN and how can you determine RN. Until and unless you are able to determine I Norton and R Norton, you are not able to create this type of Norton circuit. ठीक है? So from this figure, what is happening? This is V1, R1, R3, R2. This is VThevenin, and this is I Norton and R Norton. This is equivalent like this. The Norton current is open circuit voltage divided by the resistance. The Norton current is basically open circuit voltage divided by the resistance. And the Norton and Thevenin resistance is the resistance chain at AB with all voltage sources replaced by short circuits and all current sources replaced by open circuit. It is clear. So in case
Yes,
of
ma'am.
all voltage source, that will be shorted, and in case of all current sources, that will be open circuit. And now come to a particular problem, then it will be helpful for you to know or to understand what is Norton's theorem, how can you apply it to determine a current in a circuit. Come to the next slide. So what I have told here, this is a very important thing, Norton's theorem versus Thevenin's theorem. In case of Norton's theorem, Norton's theorem, what I have told you, open circuit, so yeah, this one, open circuit voltage, and in case of Thevenin,
Closed circuit. Short circuit.
open and opposite short.
Yes, ma'am.
So Norton's theorem, any collection of batteries and resistances with two terminals is electrically equivalent to an ideal current source in parallel with a single resistor. The value of R is the same as that in the Thevenin equivalent. So how can you determine R Norton and R Thevenin is same or not? You have to check it. And the current I can be found by dividing the open circuit voltage by R. So in case of Thevenin's theorem, what is happening? Any combination of batteries and resistances with two terminals can be replaced by a single voltage source. এখানে কি ছিল? Single current source and a single series resistance R. And what was here? It was parallel resistance, single resistance R, and it was series resistance R. যেটা ছিল তোমার R Thevenin, right? The value of E is the open circuit voltage at the terminals. And what is here? The value of R is the same, and the current I short open can be found. Definitely, if it is not shorted, you are not able to determine the current. And in case of voltage, what will happen? Open circuit voltage. It is short circuit current. Right now, this is the basic difference between the Nortons and Thevenins. Is it clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Problems on Norton's theorem. Determine the current through load resistance RL. This is RL. Using Norton's theorem, how can you do it? So R1 is 220, R2 is 100 ohm, and RL is 330 ohm. So step 1, what you have to do? Remove the load resistance RL. RL কে এখান থেকে আমরা উড়িয়ে দিলাম, বেরিয়ে গেল, and short the AB terminal. AB terminal short করলাম। আমরা থেভেনিনসে কি দেখেছিলাম? Open circuit, but in that case it will be shorted, right? So Mukul, what is happening here? If you short it, then is there any contribution of R2? No, it will
No,
be
ma'am.
directly like this.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I short, what will be the current? 12 by R1, plain and simple. Follow
Yes,
my
ma'am.
mouse. 12 by R1, that is 12 by R1 means 220. What is the amount of that? 54 milliampere, approx. Now step 2. So this is I Norton, I short circuit. This is I Norton. How can you get R Norton? The step 2 is like that. This is basically like the Thevenin's theorem. Open the load, and this view will be, you have to see it in this way, in this direction, right? In this direction you have to view it. The R2 and R1 is parallel, and short the this one. What is this? The battery. So R2 R1 is parallel. So R1 R2 plus R1 R2 is the equivalent, that is R Norton. So this is the value, putting the value of R1 R2 and R1 R2. This is 220 and 100. So after Nortonization, what is the circuit? ISC. Where is ISC? This is ISC. Where is R Norton? This is R Norton. Then you have to determine the value of current passing through RL. So already Abhishek has told 54.55. This is I short into Rn divided by Rn plus RL. To put the value of Rn equal to what? Bolo, 68.75. So what is Rn? 68.75. What is RL? That is 330 ohm. So putting all these values, you will be able to get the current through the resistance RL, that is road resistance. The value is 9.405 milliampere. Is it clear? How can you get the R Norton? How can you get the I Norton? And after, sorry, any problem?
No, ma'am. I had a cough.
Fine. So up to this, Thevenin's theorem, Norton's theorem, everything is clear to all of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, this is the problem on superposition theorem. You will do it. I'll share the PPT and you will do the problem.
Okay, ma'am.
And after that, this is the Norton's theorem problem. After the Thevenin's theorem problem, and solution is also there. But you have to do yourself, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Then Thevenin's theorems. Okay, fine. Now you have a quiz.
Oh.
लग गए.
তাও ভালো ভাই, পরীক্ষা আলাদা করে দিতে হয় না।
So I am sharing the quiz link.